Court rise. Honorable Justice Ekruche of the High Court of Warri presiding. Court now in session.
My Lord, suite number W48, 1968, the case of Idundun and others versus Okumagba. My Lord, plaintiffs are D.O. Idundun, Chief P.O. Awani, A.E. Hesse, C.A. Lori, J.D. Oburu, for themselves and on behalf of Ogitsi family of Okere Warri. Itsekiri communal land trustees, joined by order of court, and Erejua II, the Olu of Warri, for himself and on behalf of Itsekiri people, joined by order of court. Versus Daniel E. Okumagba, for himself and on behalf of Olodi, Igogbadu and Oki families of Idimisobo, Okere, Warri. My Lord, my name is O.N. Rewane. With me are Akporiaye, Ajuya, Agambi, and Popo. I appear for the plaintiff. My Lord, my name is Dr. Mudiaga Oje. With me are Akpodeye, Giwa Amu, Amrove, and Honoriobe. I appear for the defendant.
One of the books the plaintiffs referred me to about Jinua I and its secretary contains accounts that Jinua I found pleasure and reveled in wickedness and inhuman acts. See a short history of Benin by Jacob pages 20 to 21. He would have put Ogitsi to death through torture. The evidence in plaintiff's case is that Jinua I founded his kingdom about 1485, and evidence in the case established that he got to Ijala. The evidence in plaintiff's case is that the first of the ancestors of the Idimisobos, or that is, defendant's people, to come to Okere came there during the reign of Olaraja Arukulei, and the plaintiffs put the time of Arukulei's reign at about 200 years ago or more. The Olu then was Akengua, who was on the throne from 1795 to 1848. See the evidence of plaintiff's sixth witness, Chief Bego.
From 1485, when Ginua I founded his kingdom, to 1795, when Akengua became Olu. And during reign, plaintiffs say Arukule was Olaraja is about 300 years, actually 300 years to be precise. The only Olaraja mentioned by the plaintiffs before that interval are Ogitsi and Begbenu. All that plaintiffs were able to say of Olaraja Begbenu's genealogy is that he is descended from Ogitsi. Chief, please confirm to this honorable court your lineage. My lord, like I said earlier, I'm Itsekiri by tribe from the Ogitsi family and currently the most senior living male in the Ogitsi family. Chief, please, who is Begbenu? My lord, Begbenu is a descendant of Ogitsi and a one-time Olaraja of Okere. I do not remember the father of Begbenu. The plaintiffs would not give evidence as to the precise genealogical connection of the Olarajas, namely Arukulei, Okoroleju, Nikoro, and late Chief Uku mentioned by them. Their evidence about the Olarajas up to late Chief Uku, father of deceased original first plaintiff in this case, only shows that Begbenu is a descendant of Ogitsi and then mentioned the Olarajas after Begbenu. The view I take of this aspect of the evidence in the plaintiff's case is that they are not certain about the precise genealogical connections of the said persons, and that this is even confirmed by the evidence of first plaintiff when he said, Gegbenu is a descendant of Ogitsi. I do not remember the father of Begbenu. It was the defendant on record that told this court that the precise natal relationship between Ogitsi and Begbenu was that of father and son, and it was he too who told this court that Ogitsi had another son by name Mele. I am satisfied, and I find as a fact on the evidence before me that Okere was never part of the kingdom founded by Ginua I. I'm also satisfied that Ginua I never exercised overlordship rights over Okere, and that overlordship rights of the subsequent Olus did not extend to Okere. Turning now to evidence of acts of ownership. Generally, I am satisfied that Chief Doe retreated when the Okere people challenged him when he wanted to grant the lease of Prison Staff Quarters Club in Okere. That he and Chief Ogbe got away with the earlier lease of the prison yard does not show that the Olu had overlordship rights over Okere, especially when one takes into account the fact that he retreated over the Prison Staff Club lease. I will even go further and say that even if Chief Dore had leased the Prison Stall Club premises to government, that act, together with Chief Dore and Ogbe leasing the site of the prisons to government, cannot go to show that the whole of Okere village and all the lands associated with Okere belongs to the Ogitsi family, and I will now state the reasons why I say so. The evidence in the defense case is that the Idimisobos have their own quarter in Okere, distinct from the quarter of the Itsekiris, who include the Ogitsi family of Okere, and that the two people have preserved their separate identities and customs.
That the Itsekiris and Idimisobos till today maintain their separate identities and customs was confirmed by Chief Bego in his evidence. On plaintiff's own showing in their plan, Exhibit 2, The lands leased for the purposes of the prisons are in the Itsekiri area of Okere, which they call Odeile quarter of Okere.
They say on their plan Oki family and Itsekiri's families live. The evidence in the case shows that Itsekiris of Okere and Idimisobos of Okere together took part in the local administration of Okere. So that within the context of the facts stated above, the fact that members of Ogitsi family signed the prison lease relating to the prison staff quarter and that Dore and Ogbe signed the other prison lease do not mean more than that members of Ogitsi family, as also chiefs Dore and Ogbe, who were all Itsekiris, were signing ISs relating to some lands in and portion of lands belonging to Ogitsi family in Okere. That is, in the Itsekiri quarter of Okere. Now, let us look at other side of the fence, that is, the Idimisobo quarter. Plaintiff's sixth witness, Chief Bego, in applying for a lease for the socio-cultural corporation of which he was, and I take it he still is, a member, addressed his application to the chief and people of Okere through Chief Okumagba. See Exhibit 16. Olaraja does not come in for particular mention, as one would expect if he was ruler of Okere. Evidence in the case next shows that plaintiff's sixth witness was given the land and that he has been having to pay annual rent of £30 to the Olodi, Oki, and Igogbadu families for the land, not to Ogitsi family or even Okere people as a whole. So that although the application of plaintiff's sixth witness was addressed to the chiefs and people of Okere through Chief Okumagba, when it comes to who to enjoy the yield from the lease, it is the defendants' families. In the case of the prison staff quarters lease, there is no evidence as to the persons to whom the application for the lease was made, but the fact that the persons who conveyed the land and signed the lease made the lease not for or on behalf of themselves, but only on behalf of the Okere Village Council, therein described as the lessor, points to the application for the lease having been made to the Village Group Council. As I pointed out earlier, the application of Chief Bego, see Exhibit 16, was made to the chief and peoples of Okere through Chief Okumagba. These transactions shows beyond argument that whilst the Itsekiris and Idimisobos of Okere together carried on the local administration in Okere, either side owned and controlled the land within the part of Okere which it occupied. Traditional evidence in the plaintiff's case, in particular, the evidence relating to how defendants' ancestors settled in Okere, see the evidence of first plaintiff, Denton Idundun, is that the defendants' ancestors who first came to Okere and got permission from Arukulei to stay in Okere were given a place to stay behind Odekporo quarter of Okere. Chief, please tell this honorable court how the defendants' ancestors came to Okere. The defendant ancestors came through their relative, one Idiboy from Okpare, who was married to Olaraja Arukulei of Okere. The said male relations were Itifo, Idama, and Owotemu. The said three relations asked Idiboy to speak to Arukulei so that the latter could allow them to stay in Okere. Arukulei granted the request of his wife Idiboye for her male relations to stay in Okere and were given a place to stay behind Odekporo quarter of Okere. According to plaintiff's third witness, Chief Iwere Odobriken, the Olaraja Arukulei told someone to take the said ancestors of the defendants to the end of Okere near the Ugborikoko road. My lord, when the defendants' ancestors came to Okere, the Olaraja Arukulei told someone to take the said ancestors of the defendants to the end of Okere near the Ugborikoko road. The evidence in the defense case denied that their founding ancestors got permission from anyone to settle on and farm the various tracts of land founded by them. As regards Parcel A, the plaintiff said the place until the defendants entered into it and bulldozed it and laid it into plots was a thick bush, and that there was no farming in the place before it was bulldozed. They never took their surveyor into the bush. The evidence in the defendant's case is that members of their families have been farming on Parcel A, planting food and cash crops therein. Their surveyor in his evidence said he saw all the features he showed on Exhibit 41, the plan he made for the defendants.
Please tell this honorable court your name and who you are. My lord, my name is Surveyor E.G. Arubaye. I'm a surveyor and I surveyed the land. I prepared the plan for the defendants in this case. My lord, in the course of my survey, I saw different food and cash crops planted by the members of the defendants' families. I also saw rubber plantations. My lord, I prepared this plan with utmost professionalism, and the evidence I have given in this court is true, and to the best that my knowledge and memories.
The plaintiffs on their plan have shown rubber plantations belonging to various persons, and two of the said persons are Nelson Tseke and Chief Iwere Odobriken. These two persons on their own showing, by their evidence, are descended from both the Ogitsi and defendants' families. The plaintiff said the Olaraja of Okere gave all the said persons owning the plantation permission to raise the said plantations. The defendants on record said it was the defendants' families that allowed the said persons to raise the said plantations because they were related to the defendants' families, and he proceeded. to show the relationship of all the said persons except Ningve to the defendants' families.